Hello there. How's everyone? Hello. Come on in. Come on in. I am just trying to pull up everything, pull up all the technology. So, how's everyone? Everyone doing well? It's good to see you all. Yay. Yay. Let me make sure I edit the um yes, make sure that's correct. All righty. So, welcome to my second edition or my second episode of Reflections. Reflections is a part of my Fight to Smile brand. And Fight to Smile, of course, is for career minded women. We are devoted and committed to providing uplifting, empowering content for career minded women of all ages. And Reflections is a part of that brand. So, again, welcome to Reflections, daily reflections of career minded women. This is where we have real talk, real conversation about things that are going on in the workplace. So, I welcome you and I thank you for being here tonight. I'm so glad you are here. So I see some people are logging in. So I'm going to post the comment. Conversation about things. I'm going to post a comment here so that there we go. Hey, I see Miss Sophia. That is my sister. That's my minister sister. I see you here, sweetie. Thank you for being here. So I see it's posting here. So let's see. Let me show you. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah. So let's see. Hey, see, I see you. I see you, Sophia. Thank you. Thank you for being here. But tonight we have a great topic. We're going to be. Last week we spoke about setbacks and how setbacks preferably only come once, maybe twice in a lifetime. But then tonight we're going to talk about disappointments and how we process disappointments, because how we process disappointments will bleed out into every area of our life. So, look, I hope you have your special beverage. I have mine. You see my little cup? You see my cup? Yes, that's my Fight to Smile cup. I probably need to get some reflections cups, but that's my Fight to Smile cup. And let me see if I can hide that. And again, Fight to Smile is the brand. So I'm so glad that you all are here, and we are going to get started. I'm going to pull this up really quick, and we are going to get started. Okay, in a minute, we're going to get started. There we go. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. I hope that was enough time for you to grab your journal, grab your special beverage for the evening so that we can just engage in some good dialogue. So, last week again we spoke about setbacks, and I did a lot of self-exposure, and I shared some personal things that have happened in my life that I consider to be major traumatic setbacks. But by that same token, those setbacks set me up for greater success later in life. it set me up because it helped me to know that if I could get through that, then anything that comes before me now, I can get over that. I can hurdle, I can jump over it, I can bust through it, I can survive it. But in the workplace, I know that, the setbacks that I have gone through my life, I see it I see how it has impacted me as a leader in the workplace. And I think that I am a very compassionate leader. And as such, it's just like this a dying art. I know what it's like to have your life go from sugar to almost said it, from, let's say, from sugar to ish overnight. I know what that's like. And then you still have to come to the workplace and perform. So I get it. I know what it's like. So because of that, I think it makes me a better leader in the workplace because I have a better relationship with my teammates. So that's what we talked about last week. This week, we're going to talk about how do we process disappointments. Disappointments. So again, we're talking to women. We're talking about career-minded women. So let's talk about disappointments in the workplace. And yes, there are times when we get overlooked for promotions, or, we have these really, really good ideas and these programs, and administration say, hey, that was a great idea, but we're not going to do it. And that's disappointing. That's disappointing. It is disappointing when you think that, you're next in line and they go to the bottom of the barrel and pick someone. I get it. I get it. Those are disappointing times. And I think about, when I was thinking about this topic, I was thinking about a disappointment in my career as a leader. And that occurred, I guess, about maybe a year and a half ago. It was before COVID, but I had an employee to pass away. And I hate to call people employees, because we're a team. And if you work with me, we're part of a team. So she passed away. And that was disappointing on so many levels, because, number one, as a believer, we're believing that she's going to be healed and she's going to recover. And she didn't. And it was just devastating. And it was devastating to watch the disease just run rampant through her body, and to see, this once thriving individual who you work with for 8 and 9 hours a day, to watch them just, their lives just deteriorate. And it was just heartbreaking. Um, During the time that she was going through, hospice care, she only had one child, and he was just overwhelmed. He was overwhelmed with all the responsibility. So there would be days that I would go to hospice and I would just sit there with her all day long so that the son could try to take care of business and get things in orders. I would have my laptop and I would work, and I would just sit there and be with her, during her time of transition. And it was heartbreaking. It was so disappointing. But I think one of the biggest disappointments of the whole situation was after she passed away, and after, I had helped the family, with the celebration of life and everything. Then when I got back to work like that Monday, I had to post her job. That changed my life. That changed my life. That really turned things around for me with regards to how much we are supposed to give in the workplace. And so often we give so much and we pour out so much in the workplace that we forget to take care of ourselves. And I just don't believe that you know, that's healthy. I don't think we were created to do those things, to pour out everything in the workplace and then don't take care of ourselves. And again, that experience was such an eye opener to me and really helped me start really looking at it and begin to really process, how I how do I deal with the disappointments that come in life? And I'll be honest, it hasn't always been the healthiest, because I know for me, when things, I would always suppress my emotions. I stuff. I was the trash collector. I would stuff it and crunch it and stuff it and crunch it, whatever the disappointment is, whatever area of life it was, I would just stuff it and stuff it down. Don't feel it. Don't deal with it. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Or am I the only one? Let me look at some of these comments. Am I the only one who would just stuff emotions, just push it down, push it down? I know I did. I did it decades, for decades. And what would happen? You know what would happen. What happened when you put too much garbage in the garbage can? Eventually it spills over. It blows up. And that's exactly what would happen. I would have these episodes, these Okay, I'm back. I had a little burp in the system. Had a little burp, but that's okay. But yes, Sophia, it would be a complete explosion. And that's just so unhealthy. And you know what? Because I was not dealing with my disappointments healthily, or in a healthy manner, I turned around and poured it into the next generation. I poured it onto my daughter. I mean, even to the point where, again, I was thinking about this topic this morning, and early this morning, I had to call my daughter and apologize. It's not even 8 o'clock. She's asleep. And I'm like, baby, wake up, wake up. I need to apologize. And she's like, for what? I said, well, see, when you were 8 years old, she's like, what? But but I'm gonna tell you about this situation, because it was crazy. It was insane. When my daughter was like 7 or 8, she was in gymnastics. It was like her very first exposure to gymnastics. And we were just doing it for fun. We weren't doing it to become a competitor. Later she did become a competitor. But at that time, we were just doing this for fun, just trying to expose her to different sports, and just to see, what she liked, what she didn't like. So we were in gymnastics, and just immediately her skills and her talent, it just began to present itself. And so it was like one of her first in-house gymnastics meets, and unofficial. No real judges came or anything, but they were just looking at, young lady skill sets. So they all competed. Maybe it was about 8 girls, and my daughter did extremely well. She had the highest scores across the field. Okay, in all the 4 events, she had the highest scores. And at the end, when they were giving out the awards, the owner of the gym and the coach, head coach of the gymnastics, she started passing out awards. My daughter had the highest score of all the little gymnasts, and the girl with the lowest score, she gave her the first place award, and she gave my daughter last place. I mean, last place. I'm talking like 7 or 8. Okay, gave her last place, even though she had the highest score. And so they're standing on the blocks and everything. My baby not even on the block. Okay, even though she had the highest score. And we're like, what in the world? What is this foolishness? And I could see my daughter standing there, and she started welling up. She just started welling up. And you know how the kids are. She getting ready to explode, boo-hoo, crying. And I ran over there. I walked up to her, and I said, and I turned my back to the people so she could only see me, and they couldn't see what I was saying to her. And I looked at her, and I held her little face in my hands, and I said, you better not cry. You better not cry. Suck it up. Hold it in. What she did is wrong, and I will deal with her after this. But don't you cry in front of these white people. I said it. I know. I know. I said it. I said it. I said, but don't you cry in front of these people. Don't you do it. So she, she huffing and puffing and everything. I was like, don't you cry. Afterwards, we went up to the coach. What is this? What are you doing? This woman had oh Lord, she had the audacity to tell me that the little girl who lost, but she made number one, she said she'll never be a great gymnast. So she wanted her to know what it felt like to be at the number one spot. And she knew Nia would be number one many times and she'll experience that. So she was going to let this other girl experience it instead. My head spun all the way around. Needless to say, we left that gym, never went back, anything. But in that moment, I taught my baby to hold it in, to push it down, to suppress it, don't deal with it, don't expose your emotions. I taught her that. And like I said, I woke up this morning just thinking about it. I was like, oh my God, that's where she gets this behavior from. Because as an athlete, she has sustained injuries. She has had all kind of issues and traumas, in various sports. And she will not say a word to any of her coaches. She won't say a word, not one single word. She will get all the way home and then say, Mama, look. And then we'll look and the ankle's this big or the knee is this big. And, then we got to go to the hospital because she's sustained, significant damage. And because she wouldn't say a word. Now, she's better now. She has worked through that. I haven't ruined her life completely, thank God. But we have to do better with how we manage disappointment, and especially in the workplace. Because I've seen so many times where women, I've seen men too, but we're not talking to the men, we're talking to the women, where they will experience a disappointment or, what they felt was a disservice or an injustice, and they will show out. They will show out. And and it's not just a matter of, I'm going to express my opinion, but I'm going to have fits of rage. I'm going to be attitudinal. I'm going to just cause havoc in the workplace, and ultimately all they're doing is shooting their own selves in the foot. So my question to you tonight, ladies, is this: what do you do to process disappointment? How do you manage disappointment? That's my question. And that's what, we'll journal about today is disappointment. How do you manage your disappointment when it comes into your life? Do you stuff? Do you stuff and then explode later? Do you meditate? Do you address the issue now? How long did it take you to learn to start addressing the issues? Because now I just say what I have to say. I'm a hot mess. I'm not going to go home and have to think about it and pray about it. And I'm just going to say what I got to say right now. And it is what it is, But how long did it take you to get to where you are with managing your disappointment? I would love to hear what you all have to say about that. So look, that's actually my show for this evening. That's what I wanted to talk about. Again, the disappointments, because we have plenty of them. Disappointments come so much in our lifetimes, especially as women, career-minded women, women who are pursuing excellence, entrepreneurs, whatever it is that is your career path. You've experienced some disappointments. I know you have, but how do you manage it? Has it gotten to a place where now you've experienced so many disappointments that you refuse to dream? You refuse to try. You refuse to see yourself doing better. It can happen. It can happen if we don't take the time to really look at how do we manage these disappointments that come in our lives. So I hope that gives you something to think about tonight. I hope it gives you something to journal about. And remember that, as women who are here and are committed to win, Sometimes it's a fight. Sometimes it is a fight for us to get to the next level, just for us to get out the bed and face the next day. Sometimes it is a fight, but all we have to do is remember to keep our head up, keep our goals in front of us, and keep smiling. The victory is ours. I look forward to hearing from you all soon. And look, my online store will open soon. You'll be able to get these kind of cups, and you're going to get these cute t-shirts that say Fight to Smile on them. The store will be open probably by the weekend. So I look forward to, people, jumping on and filling your collections. I'm even thinking, what do you think about getting reflections journals? What do you think about that? Let me know your thoughts. But on the topic of disappointments, please let me know. Let me know, how do you process your disappointments that come in life? All right. Take care, and I hope to see you next week. God bless.